Notification. Boom. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this evening. We have a magnificent guest with us tonight, one who is going to give us some amazing information as well as inspiration, and that is none other than our brother Arvence Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam, sir.
This means a lot to myself, my family, and the viewing audience of the People's Podcast. Um, I just want to thank you for just being a good friend and brother to me since we've met. You've always been kind and always have kept the same spirit. So we thank a lot for your spirit. Uh, while we while we get started, first thing we all want to know is, of course, how is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan doing, sir?
Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is doing very well. Mother Khadijah as well. They're doing very well. Always thinking about all of us. Always guiding us all, even when they're not in the public eye, so to speak. They stay working.
Praise be to Allah. Well, please let them know that we love them and extend the greetings to them both. Yes, sir. So the first question that we have for you, the public wants to know, why are you with such a sensitive subject, very serious subject, but why are you so free in talking about your connection and the reality of the mother plane in the wheels?
Well, it's been a lifelong journey. First, assalamu alaikum to everyone that's watching.
Alaikum salam, sir.
It's been a lifelong journey for me since I was 5 years old. And just growing into this whole thing, dealing with the baby planes, what people call UFOs. I didn't know that I was being made to be one of the specific bears of witness around the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan dealing with the subject. And I don't recall ever seeing or hearing anyone bearing witness like this in this manner that's directly around him all the time. So, I mean, with him constantly telling us about his upcoming departure, somebody got to do it. I never put myself in this position. I was put in this position by Allah and his Messiah. So in the early days, I used to run from it, out of not me. He talking about somebody else type of thing. But the more I ran from it is the more I ran into it. So if Allah really, really wants you to do something, then you're going to have to submit at some point. And it wasn't until I submitted to the process, that's when everything really exploded. And I love it. I thank Allah for it. This is a growing process for me always, every day, every week is something different. I don't know what's going to happen. I just know to be obedient, receive what I receive from Allah's angels, and give it to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Let them know everything. And I document everything on paper, exactly all of the details, where I am, what happened, everything. So this is something that I'm being forced to do, but it doesn't feel like a lot of pressure. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't feel like a lot of pressure. It feels good to me. It feels like I'm being obedient.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I just thank Allah for it, because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan constantly putting his stamp of approval on me in this manner and telling me what to do. And it's just like, wow, I can't thank Allah enough for that. I just want to be found obedient. That's it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And people are showing love all around the world, bearing witness and thanking you for keeping us abreast to what you were seeing with eyewitness primary source testimony. We have some great footage, y'all, some exclusive footage that we're going to go over today and very shortly. And just to show you all, brother Vince, sent it to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, we got to show the people this. This is amazing. Everybody is locked in and can't wait to upload this to YouTube. The first thing that we want to do is share the clip, and then we're going to let Brother Vince explain what we are looking at. You all don't want to miss this. All praises due to Allah. 1 second. We're getting right back to it. Here we go. There we go.
Thursday, August 22nd is, what time is it? 6:17 in the morning. This is a baby plane. It appeared over the minister's house. coming from west to east. It's just passing over my head. And look how beautiful it is. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. I'm not moving my phone. That's how fast it's moving. I'm going to catch up with it. I'm going to zoom out so y'all can see. Look. It's right there. It's still moving. We literally just seen it pop on. It's traveling northeast. And look how bright it is. Allahu Akbar. That's bright, bro. Look how bright it is. Bro. It's going, look. It's still going. I can still see it. Wow, look. Oh my God. Thank you, Allah. Thank you, dear angels. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yo, bro. I can still see it. It's barely now. Allahu Akbar.
Oh, what, bro?
Wow, 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 wow. We literally just seen Allahu Akbar. They all coming from the moon. That's the moon. And close from the moon. Not directly from the moon, but close. That was the brightest one. Yeah. Allahu Akbar.
Beautiful. Allahu Akbar. Yes,
Allahu
sir.
Akbar.
But I mean, can you let us know what's going on? When do you get the phone out? What are you seeing? Walk us through, sir.
So I was on post all night that night, right? And I was looking for baby planes because they usually come and I'm out on post at night. I didn't see nothing all night. I prayed asking them to come. Hours later, when I get off a post, the brother that I was talking to in the video, he was the brother who relieved me. So I got off a post, and as soon as I'm walking away from the front area of the property, this light pops on in the sky and start moving. So I told the brother, I said, look, that's a baby plane. So it kept going, and they all went in the same direction. We watched 11 of them, one after another, one after another, one after another, different times. And I documented it all. So we watched a total of 11 of them, and the 11th one was the brightest one that stayed the longest, and that was the video that you all just seen. And that just the whole spirit of their presence was so high, I always get taken back from it. I mean, it's like somehow I'm being allowed to like soak in a spirit when they arrive. And I couldn't sleep for hours that night. That always happens. Every time they arrive, I can't sleep. You know what I mean? So I love them so much. I love their energy. I love who they are. You know, I mean, it's just amazing. It's a blessing to be able to see people like that, who they are and where they're from. You know what I mean? And who taught and trained them and what they're able to do. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told me, he said, they're looking out for us. I was like, wow, Akbar, you know, so it's a blessing, man. And with Allah's help, I'm gonna keep bearing witness. And they're coming to his home for a reason. I just want everyone to know this is not entertainment. This is not, oh, you seen some baby planes? What happened? Yeah, but this is something else is getting ready to happen. You know, they're getting us all ready for their last and final trip. They're gonna come to fulfill what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has been talking about, his ascension up into the wheel to see the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad face to face this time. So that's getting ready to happen. I don't know exactly when, but the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that his departure is dangerously close. So, I mean, you don't speak idle words. You know, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that Allah doesn't speak one word that doesn't have meaning. He
Yes,
said
sir.
every word that Allah speaks has meaning. So who is it that's speaking through the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad? We see their face, we hear their voice, but that's really not them talking. And we just need to keep that in mind. And everything is directly connected to these baby planes, what people call UFOs. No one can really lie about it anymore. More and more people, because of modern technology, your phone is a professional camera. So more and more people around the world are grabbing their phones, taking pictures, videos. All of this is not fake. You know what I'm saying? So, and not everything is a satellite. So, praise be to Allah.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Thank you very much, Brother Arvence. And people are showing you love all around the world. Walaikum salam, Sister Naima. Walaikum salam, Brother Nelson Ramos. People are saying, wow, teach, beautiful. Now, Brother Arvence, when you say the baby planes come to the minister's home often, when you
Mhm.
say often, you saying you just go outside and you expect to see them, or is it a surprise when you see them?
I expect to see them. It's been so
Mm,
many years that they have guided me to learn how to listen to them, if you will. Learn how to listen to them in ways of I don't hear a voice. I feel a spirit and I get a ringing in my ear. I get thoughts that come to me. Go outside, hurry up. Look over here, look over there. Different things like that happen every week. And I've learned to obey that. And the more I obey it, the more I see stuff happen immediately. And it,
mm,
it gets to a point that, you know, sometimes when I wake up at night to go out for posts at the farm, most of the times nowadays, I don't even have to pray and stand outside and ask for them to come. As soon as I come outside, I think about them and then they just start popping up. And it's almost as to say, like, we were waiting on you to wake up. Like,
mm,
so it's tripped
mm,
out. And I thank Allah for it. And I just pray to Allah that He keeps me humble throughout this whole entire thing because this is very serious. This is not entertainment, it's very serious. And I don't have an arrogant posture. It's not about me. It's about Allah and His messenger and all of the rest of us. This is the planet's last time for the planet to get their act together before the great and dreadful day of the Lord. This is serious. So I mean, I think a lot of them being used like this. I just want to be obedient, do what I need to do, and I'm not worried about who don't like it. I'm not worried about who does like it. I'm not worried about what's somebody gonna do to me if somebody gonna do something. I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna do my job and that's it. And I don't want to go too far ahead of Allah and His messenger. I just want to wait and follow my orders and do what I need to do. And when Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told me that he gets messages through me from them, and I was like, okay, this is like
mm.
really, 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 really serious. So, that's why I do my best to strive to obey them, strive to obey the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and I do my best to upgrade the way that I communicate with them because you can't just talk to them any old kind of way. You can't. You know what I mean? You can't deal with them any old kind of way. Anytime that I see them, I stand at attention and I salute them always.
Mm.
And I mean, I know who they are, and I think a lot of they're using me like this, Allah using me like this, the messages using me like this, and I'm not better than anyone else out there. I'm a regular person. I mean, Mother Khadijah talked about how we had these powers before, but because we've been so destroyed, we lost these powers. But she talked about through the life-giving teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, we're able to get some of it back. So, I mean, I just thank Allah, and it's amazing. A lot of things happen. They come to my house more often now. I've been having more so-called dreams that are actually pigeons, and
Mm, mm,
I tell the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan everything. I literally like type it out in full detail because he tells me that he gets messages from that. One time he
mm.
came out of the house and thanked me for a report that I gave to him of some baby planes that came to his home. I said, "You're welcome, Brother Minister." I bowed. He said, "I got the message," just like that. And I was like, whoa. It's a blessing. I just thank Allah for it.
All praises due to Allah. And people will bear witness to showing you love all around the world. Thank you, everyone. Walaikum salam, Sister Miriam. And shout out to our YouTube family as well, Brother Musa, Brother um, Daniel E., Sister Auntie, Sister Hope, Brother Duke, Brother Kente, everyone who sings to show love to people's podcast. Okay, now, Brother Arvance. Now, when you say you get this, you get a ringing in your ear, you go outside. Is this just at the minister's home, your personal home? Suppose you go out to eat. Suppose you're out in public. Do you ever see them, or is it only at these two locations?
Wherever I am, wherever I
Mm,
am, it happens the same way. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told me some years ago. He said they follow you wherever you go, and
mm,
I was like, yes, sir. I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't know. I was just like, yes, sir. So, and he told me that a few more times. He said they usually follow you around. And so I was like, wait a minute, this must be really happening then if he's saying it. So I started to look for them wherever I am, and sure enough, they pop up. I was at the grocery store in Indiana one time, just at a grocery store, and I didn't even go in. Something told me to look to the right and up in the sky, and two red balls of light came on over the grocery store, and they
mm.
started moving northbound, and then they faded out quickly. And I was like, I'm looking at this. There's people everywhere, and nobody else seeing nothing. And now, situations like that, you want to go crazy. Everybody look, but I mean, it's not always necessary to do that. You document it and give it to who supposed to get it, and I just think a lot. Wherever I am, I'm being made to let the minister know what happens when I see it.
Mm.
And he accepts it. And whatever messages that he's getting, I don't know unless he tell me exactly what the message is. One time he told me what the message was at the end of 2023. I'm not gonna mention what he told me because the whole spirit of it, it didn't feel like tell everybody what he said. It was a personal conversation, and he told me the message that he got from the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I
Mm,
was
mm,
like,
mm.
okay. So once he told me that, I was like, okay, I gotta take. I've always taken this very seriously, but I have to be even more serious now because this is it's real. It's reality. It's reality, and we can't think that this is a religious thing. It's not a cult. It's not, or y'all making it up. It's not, or y'all running with something that ain't real. No, this is reality.
Beautiful. All praise due to Allah. Thank you. People, so many people showing you love of our events. Thank you, sir. He said he just tapped in. So I want to ask you, when people hear this and they're saying, suppose we're going to put ourselves in your footsteps. Suppose the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, wherever you go, they follow you. What did
Hmm.
that do to you? Like, you know what I'm saying? We dipping off. I'm about to go to Burger King. I'm about to go to Sweet Tea. I'm about to go here. I'm about to go there. What kind
Right.
of pressure is that to know wherever you go, they're following you?
I feel like this is something. I feel like I'm being watched over. All of us are being watched over, but I feel like they're watching over me and keeping their hands and spirit over me because I have to do a specific job at a specific time, and
Mm,
I can't get so distracted. I can't, I can't. I can't get so distracted. I have to stay right in the middle and stay on line, stay on course. If you go a little bit to the left or to the right, but as long as you're on course. Now, if you turn left when you're supposed to go straight, you're going the wrong way. You know what I mean? So that's the way I feel about it. And when the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told me that they go to me first when they want to talk to him. So, and then he say they follow me wherever I go. So someone has to pass this information on to him.
mm, mm, mm.
Somebody got to do it. I mean, I can't explain why me, but I have the spirit that I want to do it. I want this responsibility. I'm not running from it no more. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I thank Allah for it, and I'm gonna do what I need to do. And everywhere I go, wherever I am, I document it. Every time they show themselves to me, I document it. Every time I have a so-called dream, I document it, send it in. Because I know He's getting messages, and I can't hold back something that Allah is trying to tell him. If Allah is trying to tell him something through me or through you, all of us can become these open vessels that Allah is trying to make out of us. If we just study the life and teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, strive to obey it. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, whatever you know that you're doing that's in your life that's not right, he said, tighten it up. Tighten it up. So, you know, Don't even beat yourself down. It's not about that. I mean, today is a new day. Start over. You know, tomorrow's a new day. Do better tomorrow than you did today. Just keep
Yes,
going like
sir.
that. And this whole process with me and these baby planes, that's a part of my personal process. And they have been helping me to get better. They have been helping me to listen to them. They have been helping me to drown out the distractions and drown out the noise of people saying things against you that happens. And I mean, diamonds are made under pressure and intense heat.
Mm,
So
mm, mm,
if you want to get close to Allah and His messenger, it's not gonna be easy. You're gonna go through something. You're gonna go through people um slandering your name. You're gonna go through people not liking you and you ain't did nothing to them. You're gonna go through people envious of you and you ain't did nothing to them. You're just trying to be better for yourself. You're gonna go through people that even might want to try to hurt you.
mm,
But
mm.
Allah protects His believers. So yeah.
Go ahead and teach, bro, Vince. And once again, people are just sending nothing but positive energy and love towards you, sir. We want to thank you for just sharing with us many things, but mainly your spirit and your positive energy
Praise be to
of the
Allah.
minister. I wanted to ask you, could you let us know one of your favorite details, rolling with the minister? What's one of your favorite memories, being with the man of God?
I have several. I would probably say the miracles that I've seen the Messiah perform that can't nobody
Mm,
else do.
mm,
Like
mm, mm,
Hurricane Katrina, I watched the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan at the farm. One of the brothers from Florida, um, he visited the farm. He was meeting with the minister, and he asked the minister. He said, "Brother Minister, the hurricane is supposed to hit tomorrow morning. It was supposed to hit the next morning." He
mm,
asked the minister, can he pray for him and his family and all the believers and the believers' family that they be okay? The minister said, yeah, brother, I'm going to pray that you all be okay. He said, but I'm going to pray to turn the hurricane away from Florida. He
mm,
said, if it happen to hit anyway, you and everybody going to be okay. So the brother got dismissed. Later on that night, I go to sleep. I wake up the next morning. Everyone's crowded around the television. CNN was on. And I said, what happened? And they was like, look, look. The meteorologist was talking about how the hurricane is turning away from Florida at the last minute and going straight to New Orleans. And I was like, yo, I just saw the minister do that. To this
praise
day,
God,
the
sir.
world doesn't know why and how that happened. Even the
Mm,
meteorologist said this never happened before. We don't understand this. What's going on? It turned at the last minute and went
mm.
straight. And Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said Allah was revealing something that was going on with our people in New Orleans. And then we see all of that thing that blew up like that. And I was like, wow, I seen the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan talked about years ago how he had a heart attack and he went into the hospital. I was one of those who were blessed to be with him. And that was a
Mm,
trying time because he looked like he was in bad shape, and we didn't know what was going to happen. So we trying to keep our spirits up and everything. And he gets out of the hospital. They doing surgery and all that. Surgery's being done. Days later, they release him. We go back. The minister go back home, and he outside just walking around like none of this never happened. No damage to his heart. And I was like, I asked one of the brothers, I said, man, look at the minister. It's like none of this ever happened. So your faith is tried. You see what I'm
mm,
saying?
mm, mm,
Your
mm.
faith is tried. You can't give up. You have to know that Allah got his messenger and Allah got you and the believers as long as you and the believers are striving to obey Allah and his messenger. But the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, he ain't going nowhere. People can't kill him. The enemy can't kill him. The enemy tried. The enemy tried. The enemy tried to give him COVID. The enemy tried to kill him in the hospital on the operating table. The enemy tried to fly an airplane that he was on into the mountain. The person at the air traffic control gave them the wrong coordinates, trying to purposely fly them into the mountain. But Allah tapped the mind of the pilot, and the pilot disobeyed the orders. Pilots don't disobey the air traffic control. You can't do that.
Yes,
So
sir.
Allah told the pilot to disobey. They ended up flying around the mountain instead of flying into it. They were willing to kill everybody on the plane just for one man. This is the way Satan works. But if Allah protects you, can't nobody hurt you. And that's
Wow.
why he's still here. And that's why he will escape this last attempt on his life and he will go to the will, and there will be some present to bear witness to this, because
Yes, sir.
somebody's gonna say you lying. He ain't going nowhere. But the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told me, he said, those of you that are around me, you have to bear witness when I leave, so that people don't think I'm dead or something happened to me. Then he pointed to me, he said, when I leave, take pictures. And I said, yes, sir. So all of this is a process that I'm piecing together. It's like pieces of a puzzle in my head. And
Yes,
once I
sir.
put it together, it's like, oh, okay, now I understand why he told me this specific thing years ago. Now it's being revealed years later. It's tripped out. It's the way Allah works in his perfect timeline of planning. It's amazing. It's amazing.
All praises due to Allah. Excellent teacher, Arvence, and people are showing you love all around the world. Thank you very much. We have a brief 60-second commercial break for all of the sponsors of the People's Podcast. We are grateful for every like, share, and subscription to the People's Podcast, every anonymous cash app. We are coming right back to our brother Arvence. One moment. And please let us know what city and state you all are watching from. Editing, please reach out if you need any of that. Sister Naima, Stay on Point Dance Academy. She teaches ballet virtually to young girls all across the country. Sister Miriam, ABC I Love Me children's book and coloring book. My father's book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ. My two books, Cleopatra, which is a children's book, and No Father, No Excuse, both of which are available on Amazon. Excellent, excellent. Vince, I wanted to make sure that I thank you personally for something that I keep very close on my bookshelf. Which is the obituary of our brother Joshua Farrakhan that you sent to me. Although I was at the janaza, I was dealing with emotions and all that, so I didn't get one. And you sent me one personally. I thank you very much, and that just publicly, man. Thank you for always being just a brother. Thank you very much for our event. One of there every time you see the man of God, we have to speak about his wife, Mother Khadijah Farrakhan. If you could let us know one of your favorite details or times of being around her, sir.
Yeah, Mother Khadijah is just amazing. She's literally just like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And she doesn't fake anything, and she's her authentic self. What you see in public, that's her, just like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And some of my best memories, I mean, everything with mom, it's just amazing. So all of the many times that Mother Khadijah has taught me personally how to be like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, how to be a better man, even how to be a husband. I'm not even married. She taught me how to look for a wife, all of that. She's just been like putting more of herself in me. And recently she told me, she said, I just really want to thank you. You're such a good person. You really are a good person. I want to thank you for everything you do for me. I was like, Mom, yes, ma'am. Like, anytime, it's you. You know what I mean? So I don't take any of this lightly, because most of the people on the planet will never live long enough to be around these human beings. You see what I'm saying? So Allah blessed me to be there, and I just thank Allah for it. And I want to be the best servant and protector that I could ever possibly be, and give them whatever they want, help whatever, any way that I can help. That's all I want to do.
All praises to Allah. Beautiful. And thank you, everyone, for coming to the comments. Thank you, everyone on YouTube as well. I wanted to ask you about drilling. Are you ever the championship driller? Are you ever going to come out of retirement and join the drill team again at the drill competition?
I would like to, but I don't even have the time anymore, because more and more responsibilities around the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan are given to me. And, just more and more things to handle. So, drill competition, as you know, you got to practice months leading up to Savior's Day, and the whole weekend of Savior's Day, you in practice the whole time. You don't really have a chance to do nothing. So I don't have that free time anymore. So I don't think I'll be able to join another drill team myself, but I'm willing to help anytime, definitely.
Praise due to Allah. Yes, sir. And thank you, everybody. Please let us know your questions and comments in the chat. But I wanted to ask you, for people who don't know, if y'all didn't know, Brother Arvence has skills as an MC as well. Will you ever go back in the booth to rap again?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
when was the last time I was in the studio? It was probably 2 or 3 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
But again, my schedule is crazy. It's all over the place. So I'm definitely gonna be back in the studio. And this whole entire experience that I have with these angels on these baby planes, what people call UFOs, it's almost like I'm receiving weekly downloads, if that makes sense. And the type of person that I'm being made into now, totally different from last year. The whole last year, totally different. I don't have any control over it. So what comes out in interviews, different things just come out, and you don't even know it's in you. It just comes out. So one time I made a rap verse on a song about the wheels. One of the brothers said, "Man, I want you to rap about the baby planes." I was like, "Okay," So that's a sensitive subject for me. So I prayed on it, and then the next day it just came to me. And the way it came out was I didn't even know how it happened. So I mean, there's many different ways that we can bear witness to the life-giving teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said one rap song is worth more than 1,000 of his lectures. 1,000, 1,000. So it's something about music and the sound of music and the rhythm of music and the words that's in it behind that sound and rhythm that people soak in and they remember. Somebody may not remember this conversation every word by word 20 years from now, but 20 years ago, a song was made by somebody and you remember every word today. If the song comes on the radio, you singing it word for word. It's something about music and the words behind music that it's almost like it's embedded in your atoms in your body or something. You know what I mean? So, I mean, just if we spread the truth through music, just imagine how many people you'll affect around the world. Everybody's not religious. Everybody's not going to come to the mosque or the study group. Everybody may not want to hear me talking about religion or talk about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It's a lot of people, but everybody listens to music. Everybody. You listen to some type of music, everybody on the planet. So if you go that route, you can reach more people just like that. Just.
Praise the Islam. People are saying that's right. Real history, beautiful. Thank you very much. Brother James from East St. Louis. Walaikum salam, sir. Mosque number 28. Thank you very much for your kind words. Valuable. Thank you very much, Sister Miriam, for truth. People saying truth, bearing witness, music, great. Brother Arvence. Two. Okay, I got all these great questions that I got for you. Okay, Brother Arvence, I want to go back to Mother Farrakhan's advice on trying to find a wife. What did she tell you?
She told me the next time I see a sister that I like, she said, take your time to really get to know her before you rush into marriage. And I said, yes, sir. I said, yes, ma'am. And then she said, just because you're ready for marriage doesn't mean somebody else is. So she was telling me, like, find out where people are in their lives. Are you really, really ready to settle down with somebody for the rest of your life? Are you ready for that? That's a big decision. Are you ready for that? I might be ready for it, but are you ready for it? She might be ready for it, but am I ready for it? And you just have to be image. You just have to be honest with yourself. Look in the image in the mirror, be honest with yourself, and just know where you are in your life. It's about you got to know where you are in your life. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that once you are strong enough in your relationship with God, he said, then you'll be ready for somebody else to come into your life because you'll be looking for signs of him in that person. He said, you don't expect them to be equal, of course, but you want to see signs of him in that person. So, and that's basically what Mother Khadijah been telling me in different ways, more personal ways. And she talked about how her and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, they didn't have everything in the early days. She said, we were getting food from the street, and that was the only way we could eat. I said, yes, ma'am. She said, but now look at what Allah blessed us with because we kept at it. And we never left one another. She said she never got upset with the minister because he ain't had no money and left and none of that type of stuff. It's love and love for Allah, the Lord of the worlds. That's where it starts. Don't even pay attention to all of this television stuff and housewives or whatever. All of that's entertainment. That's not real. It's TV. Don't think that somebody has to have a certain amount of money. No. Like both of you all get it together. You know what I mean? So you want to be a millionaire, you and your wife get it together. Make that for yourselves a reality. So I mean, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad was poor. Mother Clara never left him. Look, she is the best, so I mean, the best example, Mother Clara. I mean, she was right there all the time. And when the
Yes,
most honorable
sir.
Elijah Muhammad got arrested by the FBI for teaching black people, she was running the nation while he was gone. You know, and you need a woman like that that's gonna have your back, that love Allah enough that if you're not able to do something, she already know what to do. She can keep going, keep it going, because a woman like that is who you want to have children by. So I mean, in the MGT are being trained to be these type of women. So yeah.
All right, Vince, teaching. That's right. Beautiful. Thank you, everyone who was watching. I wanted to ask you, when you hear of people who aren't in the nation, right? Because my whole TikTok, the side of YouTube, I'm more about people who've had, whether they had, they say crop dusting, or they've, what do you call it, crop circles.
Right.
They've had people who have been abducted, people who
Hmm.
had experiences, pilots, people people have seen baby planes and mother planes in
Hmm.
2024 who have no idea about the teaching of Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Do you think that you will ever connect with them to let them know exactly who and what they are looking at?
Yeah, I would say to them, you know, um, pick up the books of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. He explains everything. He explains everything. And since you've already seen it, there's no doubt in your mind of what you're gonna read. Just like myself, I seen it when I was 5 years old. I ain't know nothing about Allah or Islam or the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. I ain't know nothing about FYI. I didn't know nothing. We was just in
Mm,
the hood trying to survive. We was in the ghetto, in Chicago. I didn't know nothing, but I knew what I saw to this day. So when I was in sixth grade, I started hearing and studying the life giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's when I found out that's what I saw, when I was in 5 years old. So if you've seen it already and you don't know what it is, the Nation of Islam has always been the capstone of this subject. Ever since 1930, the Nation of Islam has always talked about this and proven it. It's the governments on the planet who lie to you. You see what I'm saying? Don't listen to people lying to you. Allah and His Messenger will never lie to you, and the believers who follow Allah and His Messenger will never lie to you. Come to the Nation of Islam. You want to learn the truth? Come and get it from the Nation of Islam. We're not gonna lie to you. It's just simply not gonna lie to you.
beautiful. All praises due to Allah. And thank you all for bearing witness, and people were showing you love in the comments and sending positive energy to your way, brother Arvence. One of the questions that I got before we went live, right before we went live, a sister said, "Would you ask Brother Arvence what he plans to do after the minister departs?"
Hmm. So the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told me, he summoned me to him, and he asked me, have I seen any baby planes lately? And I did, right? So the previous night I did. I told him everything, right? And then he looked down, and he looked at me, he said, when I leave, you have my permission to tell the world what you've seen that bears witness to me and what I've been teaching all along. And I was like, wow. So he told me to tell the world what happened when he leaves.
Mm,
And I'm thinking about, at first I was thinking, well, after I was dismissed, I thought to myself, I'm walking around, I'm like, how I'm gonna tell the world? How I'm gonna do that? Like, I don't like how I'm gonna do this. So I started thinking like, okay, modern technology, YouTube, you can send a link video that could go out. But then I'm like, that's really only gonna go so far, because not everyone on social media or whatever know how to find you. They don't know, oh, Brother Arvence put a video, let me go to this page. You see what I'm saying? So the most the most honorable Elijah Muhammad told the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to hold a press conference when
mm,
he told him what Ronald Reagan was planning in 1985 with his Joint Chiefs of Staff to start a war. He told him to hold a press conference. And when he held that press conference, that went out. To this day, everybody talk about it. You see what I'm saying? Because it was real and it actually happened. And that's when the enemy found out that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad was still physically alive. I know that scared the heck out of them. They thought he was gone and out of the way, but you can't kill the messenger of God. You can't. You see what I'm saying? So um, I'm gonna have to release all of the footage that I have, pictures, videos, all of the documentation. I have years of documentation. I'm gonna have all of this stuff. It has to be released to the public because people want to know after that maze event happens. People are gonna want to know, okay, what did you see? What type of proof do you have? You know, what kind of proof do you have? You could say something, but do you have any proof? It's like being in court. Your word alone is not good enough. The judge want to know, do you have some documentation? You got some receipts, something. You got pictures, videos, something to back up what you're saying. If you got it, then that's it. That seals the deal. Can't nobody say nothing about it. That's it. So people have to take your word because you have proof. Did you see Brother Arvence going to the grocery store at 4:30? Yeah, prove it. This is the video. This is him walking through the door at
Yes, sir.
4:30. You
Yes,
see what
sir.
I'm saying? So, I mean, Allah is not mocked. He's not going to allow anyone to be able to say that Allah and his messenger didn't make good on their promise. All of this was planned millions and millions and millions and millions and trillions of years ago. This is not, it's new to us. It's new to me. But this is all throughout the Holy Quran and throughout the Bible. The Bible is 2,700 years old. The Holy Quran is 1,410 years old. We're not that old. We ain't been around that long. You see what I'm saying? But we're here now. So we are here during the time that all of this is taking place. And we have to bear witness and do what we need to do because who else is going to do it? If you don't do it, it doesn't take away from Allah and his messenger. Allah is just still going to happen. You see what I'm saying? But if you're being chosen like this, just do what you need to do. And I think Allah, I'm happy about it. I really am. And I'm not questioning anymore of why I'm being one of those who chosen. I'm eager to know and learn who else has been chosen, you know, because when Honorable Minister Farrakhan told me that he wants me to be present when he leaves, I started thinking like, oh my God, who else is gonna be there? And when I thought that in my mind, he said, and whoever else is gonna be there with you, I want them to be there with you. And I was like, I started thinking like, is he and Allah making me like the point person of all of this? It kind of seems like it because this whole thing, ever since I was 5 years old, and I have documentation in a folder, this big folder from 2013, every single week from January to December, from 2013 all the way up until last week, bro. I mean, typed out, typed out. Everything that happened, typed out. This is like Allah has me doing this, and I'm on autopilot, and I can't stop. Even if I wanted to stop, I can't. The spirit takes over me. When I go outside at night, something makes me look for them. Something makes me pray and ask them to come. And when they show up, just the whole spirit, they make me write it down. I feel it. They make me do this. And the enemy knows about stuff like this. That's why they make movies like the movie with Michael Cage and the little boy. What's the name of that movie? The little child who was hearing ringing in his ear, and then
Oh,
he
yes,
saw.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There
Yeah,
was a
yeah,
tree at the
yeah,
end of the movie. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah. So that's how the enemy make movies like that. They already know you can't make up stuff like that, and it's so accurate with the life giver teaches the most honorable lives behind. You can't get lucky like that. So I just thank Allah for all of this, and I'm gonna keep going. And more things are happening. I'm just being obedient and doing whatever I'm told to do.
All praises due to Allah. And brother Vince, I wanted to ask you, well, let you know, People's Podcast is your home. We are family. Anytime you want to come on the People's Podcast and just bear witness to the teachings, any lectures, anything, anytime you get some inspiration, man, you always feel free to reach out. This People's Podcast, you got a whole column. When everybody goes to YouTube, type in the playlist. Brother Vince is the head of the baby plane, mother plane UFO. It's a picture of him in his interviews. So we thank a lot. We're going to add this one to that so that anytime we can get this information to thousands of our people, eventually millions of our people, podcast is doing our part to help bear witness to the Messiah. Yes, sir. And I oh, and homie, so many people are just like I see all the likes, I see all the comments. Can't wait to upload this to YouTube. Brother Arvence, one more question that we have for you, sir. When you when you have that pressure on you and things of this nature, what do you do to unwind?
Unwinding is a different process. You can't really unwind from God. Once he grabs hold of you, you can't really do it. It's just my unwinding is striving to understand what's happening because so much happens every week and the activity is being ramped up every week. And I'm having more so-called dreams every week. And I'm being made to remember some of them more and more. I wake up and I'm writing, and people looking at me. You must have seen something. I'm like, yeah, and I was just writing. I'm writing, and the only thing I know is to write, document, send it to the Messiah because it's something. It's a message. I know He's gonna get it. So my way of unwinding is looking deeper into all of this to understand my role, to understand what I'm supposed to do, to understand how to listen and obey more. That's the way I unwind because once I know what to do and I have clear instructions, that makes me feel good. That makes me feel good because I'm a worker. I love doing stuff. I love working, doing things that matter. I love it. Like anybody that know me, they'll let you know, brother, I've been to do anything. As long as it's not against our religion, we need help. I'm gonna be there. If I'm available, just who else is gonna do it? The believers, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I love being busy. I love doing things that matter. So my way of unwinding from all of this is understanding more what it is, what it I'm supposed to do. It's like receiving clearer instructions from on high, if you will. That's the
Mm-hmm.
way I unwind because once I know, okay, when the baby planes come and they do this and they do that in particular, that means they want me to do this and that. I'm figuring this out. You see what I'm saying? It's not just, oh, I seen one today. Now what? Oh, I seen one tomorrow. Oh, I seen one again. Okay, now what? There's different levels. Allah is not one dimensional. You see what I'm saying? Allah is the all wise. There's nothing He can't do. There's nothing that He can't inspire you to. You see what I'm saying? So that's the way I unwind. Just I need more understanding. I need more instructions. I need to be elevated in my understanding. That's the way I unwind because I can't just sit around and do nothing. You know what I mean? But
Yes, sir.
getting more understanding, that's the way I unwind.
Beautiful. All praise due to Allah. I wanted to ask you about our events. Many of the people that we've interviewed have seen the minister battling his health challenges throughout the years. Some in a hospital room, some personal spaces, public spaces. Some of us have seen a minister in certain conditions that can shake people's faith.
Yeah.
Some people go to the left and they can't take it because they can't wrap their mind around seeing a minister go through human, emotions and pain and things of that nature. Some people go to the right, it's strengthened by it, and like that makes even more proof that Allah's
Right.
gonna try His servant like this. Boom, boom. What makes you take the latter where you like, man, I saw him go through this. I saw the heart attack. I saw the condition, and now he's still standing. Allah Akbar. What makes you take that approach as opposed to others?
It makes me take that approach because we love him, right? The believers love him. And those of us who are blessed to be around him personally, we see him in ways that most of the planet would never see him. You see what I'm saying? We see him after he's speaking at Savior's Day, and we see Allah jump into him, and he's changed, and all of this energy and information is coming through, and that's why he say, "I don't need notes. You're my notes." That's real. That's real. He literally don't take notes. I'm gonna say this. No, he just go up and Allah just changes everything. He a different person. You see what I'm saying? But when he's done, and Allah is done using him like that, we see him. He's like broken down and tired. And I mean, we see that all the time. And he said it. He said, I don't get like this unless Allah is done speaking through me. He said, but when Allah starts speaking through me, I have all of this energy. He said, but after it's over, then the human part comes, and then it's like you're exhausted. We see that all the time. But even when he's exhausted, he's not other than who the world knows him to be. He's still the same person. even off the camera, that's what's so inspirational because he's not somebody that's a celebrity in the camera over here and over there. That's a certain way in the eye of the public, but in the privacy of their home, they're a different person or they're savage and all this other stuff. And you know, some other stuff happening, and you don't want the world to get out to see. And oh, none of that exists in real life. It don't exist. So being around him, his whole his whole atmosphere forces you to be better. His
Mm.
whole atmosphere forces you to be more godly. His whole atmosphere is a perfect example of how to be like him, and he is successful being him. So you want to be successful in his life, he's the example. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad is the example. If you want to be successful, I mean, many people have, the Honorable Minister Farrakhan talked about how people have offered him millions of dollars in cash to stop teaching about the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. How many people will have failed that trial? You see what I'm saying? So what type of character does he have? What type of mind does he have? You can't buy him. You can't scare him. You can't kill him. You can't threaten him. What can you do? You can't do none of these things to the Lord of the world. So if he's in him, you can't do it to him. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that if you follow me, Allah back you. And if your children follow you and you're following me, Allah will back your children. So this is a whole line of divine protection that's going on. You see what I'm saying? So, and I remember a situation happened to two of my cousins because of the work that I'm blessed to do for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Mother Khadijah, the Nation of Islam in many different ways. Two of my cousins got shot in Chicago, and they didn't die where the average person would have been gone. I'm talking about point blank range, shot up. And one of my cousins, the bullets didn't even penetrate his flesh. He got shot 8 times.
Mm.
Point blank range. He was in a lot of pain. You know, it was some blood, but the doctors couldn't understand why the bullets didn't even penetrate his flesh. It was just his skin was broken up and the bullets were on the ground. I didn't do that. Allah did that. You see what I'm saying? My other cousin, somebody tried to carjack him. He never bothers nobody. Somebody tried to carjack him and they just shot him up for no reason. But he survived and he's still here. Most people would have got killed. The way that he got shot and the way those bullets entered, he was supposed to be out of here. But Allah saved people's lives. I'm telling you, it's so the work that you do, don't think the work that you do goes in vain. It's not vain. It's like Allah never wastes the work of a worker. So Allah would never bless this one and not you because you don't have this position and you're not known. Allah don't think like that.
Beautiful.
So keep working, keep doing your best to obey Allah, and Allah take care of all the rest. Allah take care of all the rest.
All praise be to Allah. You teaching, Brother Arvence, per usual. And on that positive note, and upbeat note, I can't wait to upload this to YouTube. Man, thank you very much, Brother Arvence. May
Thank
Allah
you.
continue to bless you and your family. I look forward to seeing you in person, inshallah. And please extend the greetings to the Honorable Minister Farrakhan and Mother Khadijah. And man, this has been great. This is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off for the People's Podcast. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam.
Thank you all for watching. Boom.